This is the mert Auto Trader video for the 18th of February 2015. Well, this was a very tedious day. Although we did okay, it was a lot of anxiety for very little return. The system started out with some sell bars, but then the auto trade avoidance mechanism kicked in and it didn't trade. And you can see here that it did a sell trade, but it was a dummy. In other words, it goes through the motions of doing a trade, but it doesn't actually trade because it determines that these bars are not strong enough to warrant a sell, and it actually starts a sell, but it's not a real one. And that little bar is simply showing the sell starting. However, the reason it's so short is because a buy trade comes along, which is an active trade, and it immediately goes into a buy 1 or 2 bars later. So you can see here, it's a sell trade entered. These are all dummies, and it stops us out, or it takes the loss, but it's zero because it's not a real trade. And then it enters a buy trade because it deems that the signals that led to the buy were strong enough that that buy should override the dummy trade. If it was in a real sell, the buy wouldn't override. But as it's in a dummy trade, it says, oh, okay, I'm going to really go long here, and it enters a buy trade, a real buy trade, and goes long 2 contracts. Well, just after while it's in the trade, you get all these sell consolidation bars. In other words, it's going through the motions of looking at a sell, but we're in a buy, so it ignores it completely, and we grind along. And the reason I said it's tedious is that this ends up being one of these days that is very close to the reference bar, and we just grind along the reference bar, these 2 yellow lines, and we even dip through the reference bar, and we get more sell signals, but we're in a buy trade, so we ignore them, and it grinds along the bottom of the reference bar, showing that the power of the reference bar, look at that. I mean, this bar was generated in the morning, and the action is completely around the reference bar until we get a Fed announcement and the market absolutely long bar. Now, if you remember, I've mentioned long bars are used to exit trades. So you might ask, why didn't the trade exit? The reason is because it only exits the trade if the stop has been pulled to break even. In other words, we're in profit, and it only uses a long bar to exit the trade if we're in profit and the stop is break even. Well, we're in the stop zone here. We were in a loss. You see, that's the entry level, that's the exit level. And so the long bar didn't do anything because it says, unless we're stopped at break even, we don't use long bars. So nothing happens. And we're not even at 6 points yet because we've still got our 2 contracts, and the market does its normal gyrations. First move, second move after a Fed announcement, and then the third move starts to grind up again. And here we've generated enough points for the stop to be moved to break even. You see the stop disappears here, and in fact it's at exactly the same level. And if we look at the trade window, you will see at 2020 my time, that's 40 minutes before the close, stop move to break even, which is right here. And so we stay in the trade until at the close of the cash session, the system says, okay, that's enough, close it all for the day. And it says buy trade, end of day, trying to close trade, because what it does is it tries to get a tick better. I think here is 9 o'clock, and the close is here's the close bar, 2096.75, and so we will try and get a tick better, which would be 2097. And here you can see it closed at 2097, so we got our extra tick. And these are all little things. That's why the system is profitable, because we just try and get rid of slippage and get an extra tick everywhere we can. So the system says trying to close at 97 and then it closes it. And we make 8.5 points profit on the day, which is basically 2 contracts for about 4.25 points. So we didn't even get our 6 points. 4.25 points times 2 is 8.5. So we made 8.5 points on the day. And I just want to show you also where we are. If you look at the strategy performance report, hang on, let's bring that into the screen. There we go. I just wanted to show you from January the 2nd, which is the first trading day of January, to the end of February. That's February to yesterday, the 18th. We have made $9,500 based on 2 contracts. So we're nearly to $10,000. So that's 6 weeks from the beginning of the year. We've made $9,500 and we are trading 2 contracts only. That is based on just 2. And you can see we've gone long 2 here. There's no pyramiding. If you look on the previous days, you go long 2, drop 1 for 6 and enter another one and exit the 2 here. So that's not bad, I would say. I'm going to add the open interest when the open interest is published. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, this is the SPX open interest for February the 18th, 2015. Just to say that 2050 is, 2000 still the most. We can forget that. They won't get there. 2050 is the next one, but I think we're moving away from there, and the players have been adding big time at 2075. You see here, there's a lot of new contracts added at 2075, and if you look in March, the same is true also, but they might not be all short straddles. They might be some kind of strategy where you're long one and short the other. My guess is you would definitely be short February, in that case long March, but they might be short both. Just don't know. So that's the open interest. I also wanted to say that TradeStation, after loads of badgering from me, are going to do a trial version so that people will be able to download TradeStation as a 30-day trial, get my software and any software they want on the trial, and have the whole thing as a trial. Because my problem is trials are only available to TradeStation customers, which is no good. So you'll be able to get the whole thing, and I'm going to bundle together Jeffrey Tennant's MEJT and my MERT into one trial package so that you'll be able to have them both for 30-day trial along with TradeStation and real and free real-time feeds and everything. So you'll be able to use the whole package free for 30 days. Thanks a lot. I'll keep you posted on that. It's going to be about 2 months' time. Thanks. Bye.